Branding is not just about promotion. It has gone far beyond promotion today.
Branding is all about giving soul to the product. Amul has always followed the topical approach in their marketing communication. With this strategic approach, they are able to stay relevant, stay contemporary, and with these practices, branding is enabling Amul to be the brand today what they are. Learn by doing and understand by practice. That is something IIEBM has always believed in.
Jai Hind. Welcome to our today's podcast on branding. In a hyper-competitive world economy, visibility is just not enough. Strategic differentiation is what truly builds lasting brands. And branding is not just about promotion. It has gone far beyond promotion today. It is more about positioning, consistency, long-term value creation in a constantly evolving market conditions. At IIEBM, this perspective is built on real-world exposure, industry connections, and case-based learning that helps our student to think strategically. Today, we have Professor Sadanand Petkar with us, who shares how strong brands are built and why future leaders must balance creativity with analytical thinking to truly becoming corporate battlefield ready. We welcome Professor Sadanand Petkar to an insightful and enlightening discussion. So to start with, in a globalized economy, what according to you defines a strong brand?
Yeah. Jai Hind one and all. Thank you, ma'am, for bringing this question here. Branding is essential for all. You take example geographic wise, institution wise, corporates, and most importantly personalities too. So branding is not something which we have to see from any specific or the niche segment. Branding is all about giving soul to the product, whereas product can be seen more as a structured way of offering something to the consumers. People could mix branding with the promotion, but let me clear here, it's not the same. Branding basically it is all about placing yourself in the minds of the prospects. Let's take an example where we look for making your offerings as a strong brand. It's just, we can follow the punchline. Think global, act local. Branding is all about finding a market match, and with this you would be able to position yourself in a better manner, and eventually you will see with the help of branding you are able to reach out to the right set of people. So we can have an example for this for sure. Let's take an example of a Kellogg's. So when Kellogg's hit India, they have been seen more as a breakfast product, or they have products to share as cereals. When they hit India, they couldn't catch the nerve of the nation or the notion of the nation. So initially they were struggling to place themselves, and they couldn't find the place for their product on the breakfast table of Indians. As we know, Indians have a habit of consuming or eating the hot breakfast, which comes with serving. Whereas Kellogg's was very contradictory to this. But after a gap of after a certain period, Kellogg eventually realized that this need to be changed and better aligned with the Indian consumers if they really want to sustain in India. And what we know and understand today, Kellogg's was able to establish themselves as one of the strongest brand in India, being the foreign brand, and it got wide acceptance from all the Indians, and finally they were able to come on the breakfast table of every Indian. So to make a strong brand, brands need to understand you cannot let it go like anything, where every competition is going to try their level best and try to find themselves in the hearts of every consumer or every prospects. So Think global for sure, but you need to act local if you really want to emerge as strongest brand ever.
Right.
Yeah.
And how has digital transformation reshaped consumer engagement according to you?
Certainly, digital transformation has assisted companies extensively. Basically, the reason for digital transformation goes to the internet infrastructure, which eventually got evolved, and fortunately, we all were able to adapt it very effectively. Now, digital transformation is being seen as one of the most revolutionary steps in the modern business, and this can be put up in a manner of a ladder, digital ladder, we can say, where we have seen people used to go banks and they used to take care of the jobs. Now they did not to move out of their home or their places, and they will be able to take care of every single banking transaction being at one place. UPI can be the very own example of digital transformation. Now people are not depending on the branch or its operational hours to say. So digital transformation has saved not only the efforts, but also when we talk from the business perspective, it has helped companies to save on cost factor also. So if anything you are bringing or introducing it as a solution for your consumers, and at no cost basically, then that would be seen massively by everybody, and obviously everybody is going to see it more as an opportunity.
Okay.
Now where I go to a bank, it takes hours of time out of day, whereas I use the UPI instead, I am able to take care of the job in a fraction of seconds. That's how digital transformation with respect to banking we can assume. But yes, it is digital transformation is not limited to the banking. As I was talking about, let's talk in the context of digital ladder, right? So let's take an example of banking where it was very much accepted initially. Later on, every other company has started accepting it,
Right.
like banking to m-commerce, that is a mobile commerce we know. Then India witnessed a revolution in the field of e-commerce, which is we know it as electronic commerce. Then the COVID made it possible, and we started witnessing OTT era. So again, that is how the you started offering the entertainment services, not to television, not through the theaters, but over the top services. So
Correct.
that's how OTT came. Then that's how we see banking to m-commerce to electronic commerce to OTT, and now the most popular way of buying something, that is a quick commerce. So that is how we see a digital transformation has helped businesses, not only the existing businesses, but out of digital transformation, many of the new businesses have started shaping up, like quick commerce we talk. Just to mention the brands, Zepto or maybe the Blinkit we can have. So everything is available on fingertips. So if we have to put up pre-digital era to post or during digital era, where everything was available at your doorstep. Now with the help of digital transformation, everything is now available on your fingertips. That's how it has turned into and has shaped the modern businesses in today's time. And that's how digital transformation is enabling the organization to serve customers with every single services which they would like to take to the last person in the queue. That's how I see
Right.
digital transformation here.
Which also ends up making our life quite comfortable and convenient. Why do many businesses struggle with positioning?
Maybe they are not able to understand the actual market requirement, could be the answer here.
Okay.
Now see, Coca-Cola and Pepsi are the two leading brands in the beverage space here in India, and not only limited to India, but into the global space, beverage space which we see. But when they come to India, they have been seen, Coca-Cola has been seen more as a family brand. They celebrate occasions. They want Indians to celebrate occasions, festivities with the Coca-Cola in hand, and obviously being all together. So they try to target the audiences, family audiences, whereas Pepsi has been seen more as a youthful brand. So Pepsi has its own position to target the youth of this country, whereas Coca-Cola has its own target audience where they go try to go with the smaller group of people, which would be more relevant for them, because festivities and families goes hand in hand. So here they come in between, and they would like to be a reason to get celebrated, or rather celebrate, be a part of the celebration. So when brands are or businesses are not able to position themselves, it means that they are not able to match with the audience. As initially I was speaking, it's a market match. You need to create a perception in the minds of the prospect, realizing them that they are the reason for every solution that they look for. So this is what I feel. Why do businesses struggle with the positioning? So we can go with the example of few who got succeed, and understand from that, and we can rework on that, and you will be able to reposition yourself. So though you might struggle to position, it doesn't mean that you cannot have a second chance in the market. You need to come back, and then that concept of positioning turns into repositioning.
Indeed. So, how does strategic branding influence long term profitability?
With value proposition.
Okay.
Uh, Take an example of a product which has turned more category synonym. Just to mention, it could be called as a Colgate. You ask for the toothpaste, it could be a Colgate that could get delivered to you.
Right.
But yes, strategic branding is all about how you would like to last long in the market. So long-term profitability is something has been seen by the marketeers or the brand manager always out of their marketing efforts. Also, we have an example of company or the brand Amul here. Amul has always followed the topical approach in their marketing communication. If you look at the marketing communication by Amul done in the right from the beginning of their time, Amul always try to make the things more relatable for the its audience. So branding, basically it is a process of telling the story to the viewers or your own audiences, where in return consumers or the prospects are able to connect with you. So branding is an art of storytelling, where Amul has become more successful with its topical approach. No matter what is happening in India, around the world, Amul is very, very proficiently able to handle uh, what has been done by the people, maybe by the governments, or maybe unfortunately by some part of the societies. So they try to bring or keep the things more lively for everybody, and that's how Amul, from Amul as a brand, they stays more as an Amul India. So because with this approach, strategic approach, they are able to stays relevant, stay contemporary, and with these practices, branding is enabling Amul to be the brand today what they are.
Indeed, and that's how they have succeeded in building nationwide customers for so many decades. So, how does experiential learning at IIEBM strengthen market competence?
So I would say that learn by doing and understand by practice. That is something IIBM has always believed in. IIBM has very much industry oriented case based pedagogy to help with the students. With this approach, students would be able to become more able and corporate ready. As we follow the line that, or the we have a belief that our students need to be always corporate battlefield ready. And this corporate battlefield readiness can only come out of practice, practice, and practice. And this practice requires quite a disciplinary approach here. But yes, corporate battlefield readiness can only come by the preparations, and we believe in the preparations. The preparation is nothing but taking students on outdoor trainings, outreach activities, giving them more opportunities through live projects. So IIBM always believed that students can't be limited to the classrooms. They need to be taken to the open fields, as in the open field I mean to say the battlefields. And here comes the preparedness. So with this approach, IIBM would be able to create the level of competence in today's time which industries are demanding and looking for, and that will enable to students to get acquainted with the skill set that the industry is requiring or looking for. So that's how I see the importance of experiential learning in today's time, where students could struggle with the knowledge, uh, or maybe skills, or maybe attitude. But IIBM 200% can be the solution for those students who really want to overcome from this and get the right direction for that.
Great. So, Professor Petkar, what, according to you, are the essential leadership qualities that are important for future brand managers?
Here I would like to differ and would like to not limit students or anybody as a brand manager when it comes to having or acquiring some of the leadership qualities for the future brand managers, or for anybody who is into the space of business or marketing communication especially. They can have the ability of bringing creativity, critical thinking, obviously analytical ability. Uh, One role is demanding, and that is not demanding for one specific skill or quality of a leader, whereas it comes with a bouquet of things as a part. So when it comes to leadership qualities required for the future brand managers, obviously the out of the box thinking is so important, because you are bringing some story to present for before the people and before the audience. So out of the box thinking can be one of those qualities, can help brand managers or marketing communicators here, along with the creativity, innovations, and critical thinking, obviously. Uh, until and unless you cannot think beyond a certain point, and otherwise you would not be able to relate the audience with what brand is trying to do or say, because branding, as I said, it is art of storytelling. When you want to acquire this art of storytelling, you need to have all of these skills together. That could eventually would help you to turn as more successful brand managers. So why we are able to remember some of the brands but not each and every brand? There are brands which are able to sustain in today's time,
Right.
from the decades time. Let's take example of Tata, for say, they are in the space of every business. Like it is being said that Tatas are the one who are into the segment of where they are able to make pin, and they are able to make the plane also,
Fine. Yes.
right? So why we are able to remember the Tatas? Because of the place which they were able to secure in the hearts of the consumer. So if you really want to be a successful, you need to tell the other side story, or the gist of the brand, why they do exist in today's time. So that's how collectively it comes. Just to sum up and make it straight as a point for everybody: be creative, be outgoing, be out of the box thinker, be critical thinker at a time, and you would be able to have your own story to tell to the world. That's it.
Those are the great pointers for the students to remember. Thank you. How can students align creativity with corporate discipline?
When it comes to corporate discipline, is too demanding again. I may sound a little repetitive when it comes to what corporate looks for. See, every aim needs direction. Uh, every dream needs hunger, or you can say passion to fulfill it or achieve it. So, corporate discipline, I would say, and I would like to compare here with the 100-meter track race and the marathon which happens. See, in 100-meter track race, you put all of your efforts for 10 seconds, let's say, on an approx. Whereas marathon takes longer than what happens with in the 100-meter track race, right?
Right.
And this whole process, whole journey of yours, right from the starting point to the finishing line, requires a discipline, right? Every athlete needs to follow the track. That is what the discipline is all about. And creativity here, I would like to say, where how good observant are you, and how quickly you are able to adapt to the situations in the given time. So same way, when it comes to having creativity and trying to align with the corporate discipline, you need to understand you can be there and apply what's on your mind, but it doesn't mean that you should move away from the very purpose of organization that they look for out of that activity, obviously, because every corporate looks for outcome, and every outcome based activity is eventually going to give you the uh, uh, maybe, let's say, profit, or maybe the ultimate result of efforts that you look for. So you bring your creativity on a very thoughtful note, and see that is very much aligned with the requirement of the organization, and that can only come along with the corporate discipline that you look for. And yes, IIBM is very much firm with this ethos or the understanding that without discipline one cannot get succeed in the life. So if you look for something in life to achieve through education, through degree, you need to be disciplined first, then you rest can come and follow. So that's how I would like to conclude here.
Absolutely. And that was an insightful and a very thoughtful discussion with Professor Sadanand Petkar. We thank you very much for your
Thank you,
time
ma'am.
and precious guidance.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here.
You're welcome. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.